What if I told you that one song, not even a full album, just quietly shifted the balance of power in hip-hop? No viral antics, no gimmicky rollout, no clout-chasing controversy, just a record dropped with intention. Because right now, Doechii is making it very clear she's not asking for permission anymore. She's not waiting her turn. She's not trying to fit in. She's kicking the door open and daring the entire industry to respond. And the craziest part? This doesn't feel like a debut moment. It feels like a declaration of war. With a new track teasing her upcoming album Girl, Get Up and a powerhouse feature from TD's own SZA, Doechii isn't just previewing a new era. She's announcing that 2026 belongs to her. And by the time this album arrives, a lot of people are going to wish they took her more seriously. So before we go any further, do me a favor, like, subscribe and lock in, because this isn't just about a song. This is about a shift that could reshape hip-hop for years. Hip-hop has been stuck in a strange place lately. We still have legends making moves. We still have chart toppers dominating numbers. But when it comes to new superstars, the pipeline feels empty. And that's not because talent doesn't exist. It's because fear has taken over. Artists are scared to offend, scared to compete, scared to stand on business. Doechii new record cuts directly against that energy. This track doesn't sound like someone hoping to break through. It sounds like someone who already sees the throne and is walking toward it without hesitation. In a way, this record functions like Kendrick Lamar's The Heart series. Not an album, but a signal, a prelude, a warning shot that says, pay attention now, because what's coming next is unavoidable. She's starting the year by reminding everyone that greatness still requires hunger, and she's starving for it. Listen closely, and you'll notice something refreshing. Doechii sounds unafraid, unbothered by trends, unimpressed by clout, unmoved by commentary. At a time when the industry rewards safety, she's choosing confrontation. At a time when many artists rely on aesthetics over substance, she's leaning into bars, structure, and intent. She isn't tiptoeing around her peers, male or female. She's calling out laziness. She's calling out entitlement. She's calling out people who benefit from the culture while contributing nothing to it. And the message is simple. If you want to compete, you're going to have to work harder. That confidence doesn't come from ego. It comes from preparation. Let's talk about the hook. Because bringing in SZA isn't just a feature, it's a statement. SZA doesn't appear everywhere. She doesn't attach her name lightly. And she doesn't align herself with artists who don't have staying power. So when Doechii secures SZA, one of the most respected, successful, and culturally influential artists of this generation, it sends a message without saying a word. This is TD co-signing their next heavyweight. And what makes it even crazier is that this isn't even the most important part of the record. Before Doechii even opens her mouth, the instrumental alone tells a story. The beat flips the iconic Neptunes-produced Clipse and Birdman record. What happened to that boy? That's not just a classic. That beat is ground zero for decades of hip-hop conflict. Because that song represents Pharrell versus Birdman, Clipse versus Young Money, Pusha T versus Lil Wayne, Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. Entire careers, beefs, and cultural shifts trace back to that moment. So when Doechii raps over this instrumental, she isn't just borrowing nostalgia. She's stepping into a lineage of confrontation. She's saying, I understand the history. I accept the smoke. One of the deeper themes of this record is acceptance, not approval, but acceptance of what comes with the territory. Doechii understands that reaching this level invites love and resentment in equal measure. And instead of pretending otherwise, she embraces it. She raps like someone who knows. The praise will be loud, the criticism will be louder, and the spotlight will never turn off. This isn't naivety. This is awareness. She's telling the world, I know what comes with this position, and I still want it. From a technical standpoint, this song is impressive. 3 verses, clear structure, beginning, middle, and end. In the first verse, Doechii addresses the duality of her rise, the admiration, and the attempts to tear her down. She speaks with clarity, not bitterness. Precision, not chaos. This is where you realize she isn't just rapping. She's commanding the record. And then the second verse hits, and everything escalates. This is where the gloves come off. Doechii directly addresses industry plants, shallow media narratives, and the streamer ecosystem that thrives on mockery rather than contribution. She calls out the blogs. She calls out the charts. She calls out commentators who uplift mediocrity while questioning real excellence. And what makes it sting is that she doesn't sound offensive. She sounds disappointed, like someone watching the culture eat itself. This is why certain internet personalities feel targeted, because they are. There's a line of thought running through this verse that hits hard. People hate greatness when they're comfortable with average. Doechii makes it clear she didn't stumble into this position. She worked for it. She earned it. And the resentment she faces has nothing to do with her music, and everything to do with what she represents. A reminder that the bar can still be raised, and that makes people uncomfortable. The third verse is where the conversation becomes bigger than rap. Doechii addresses how female artists are constantly boxed, categorized, and pitted against one another. She rejects the idea that she has to fit a specific mold to belong. She acknowledges the comparison games and dismisses them, not because she's afraid of competition, but because she wants the entire palace, not just a seat at the table. And when she says she'll save it for the album, that's not a throwaway line. That's strategy. The closing bars feel prophetic. She references her journey from struggle to abundance, industry cosigns, Kendrick Lamar's influence, and baby Keem energy. She interpolates flows subtly, showing respect without imitation. And by the time the track ends, it doesn't feel like a song anymore, it feels like a warning. Doechii isn't easing into 2026. She's sprinting. When you zoom out, this record isn't just about Doechii. It's about a vacuum in hip-hop leadership, and someone finally stepping forward to fill it. If she continues moving with this level of intention, confidence, and execution, the conversations we're having now will look very different by the end of the year. This could be the beginning of a defining run, a cultural shift, a new standard. So now I want to hear from you. What did you think of the song? How did SCA's presence elevate it? What do you think about the beat choice and its history? And how big of a role do you think Doechii will play in shaping hip-hop moving forward? If you made it this far, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Because whether people are ready or not, Doechii is coming.